All right. Good night, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. It's Monday, the first working day of the week. I don't really observe a week because I work 7 days a week. All right, people. So let's see what is coming through for you guys tonight. I want you all to think about something I'm going to say. How many of you know what accountability is? Being accountable to yourself as well as to other people. Thank you. So I want you guys to take a few minutes and think about what accountability means to you. All right, so let's see what is happening here. Romance is in the air for everyone. Nice. But it would seem that somebody is definitely having some type of, good night, sweetie, some type of blockage, or there is something that is holding you back from having the type of love connection that you want. Good evening, sweetie. Yeah. There is a lot of confusion that is surrounding this connection that you want to be in. Now, it is a romantic. Hi, honey. You know how long I haven't seen you? How are you? Yeah, you had to get a special shout out. Yeah. And it seems that it is becoming really, really difficult because this is the romantic connection here, right? And these are the obstacles. Yeah, it has. And these are the obstacles that are standing in your way. Difficulty. Why did you go on vacation? Confusion. And a lot of blockages standing between you and this person that you want to be in a connection with. Okay, good. But you will get your wishes fulfilled. Yeah. It will come as a surprise to you when it does happen. It will happen very suddenly. So for some of you that have given up on love, given up on relationships, and definitely keep saying relationships aren't for me, you are in for a heck of a surprise. The universe does that to us when we've finally given up on trying so hard to make things work for us. Because what we don't understand is our thoughts create our reality. And a lot of people have no clue as to what that means. What that means is that what you think about, you bring about. So a lot of the times we want to have a relationship, but we have no clue that we are the one blocking our own way. Our heart chakra could possibly be blocked. We could be looking at relationships like it's a burden rather than a blessing. And like I said last night, none of us were designed to be alone, because if we were designed to be alone, there wouldn't be two people in the Garden of Eden. But what we miss about that scripture that I'm referring to is that she was made for him. And what we bypass as a society, yeah, what we bypass as a society is that you try to get every shoe to fit on your foot. It can't happen. There is one person that is going to treat you right. There is one person that you're going to have a successful relationship with. And a lot of times we lose ourselves and keep thinking that relationships aren't for us. We should stay alone. Earlier missed that part of that scripture where Eve was made for Adam. So when you guys meet someone and you're trying to make them into what you want them to be, that relationship is not going to work because that is not your person. When it is meant to be, it flows. And a lot of us like to pretend that if we stick along long enough, it's going to happen for us. And then we end up in relationships where we're broken, we're bleeding, we're lying on the floor, and not understanding that this person was not made for me. Right? So think about that in terms of relationships. The next time you guys approach a relationship, ask yourself the question, is this person meant for me? Am I meant for this person? Stop trying to force things. I don't know why, as human beings, we always try to force things. When we force things, it never works out for us. But we still do it. The right person for you could never get it wrong. I love that saying and I use that all the time. The right person for you could never get it wrong. I'm not saying that there wouldn't be difficulties in a relationship. I'm not saying there wouldn't be challenges. Every relationship has them, right? But understand this, right? The right person could never get it wrong. No matter how much, yeah, honey, I saw. No matter how much we want to believe that the wrong person could actually become our right person. It can't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It's not going to work that way. We could force it. We could stay in a situation and hope. But when that person is for you, it just clicks. It just works. It just flows. A lot of the time we get out of really toxic relationships and meet somebody, and then that person totally just blows our perception of relationships altogether. Because this person now is doing what someone else refused to do. But why we're holding on to that else that we hope was for us, that wasn't for us, right? We block the right person that was supposed to be for us in the first place. All right? So that was a whole lesson in itself. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I forget this tarot I'm doing. So before you try to force anything with anybody, ask yourself that question. Yeah. A lot of you have some healing to do. This is the same message that came through last night. Some of you have a lot of healing to do. You need to take a step back and do some self-reflection. This is the question that I asked just as I got on the live. How many of you understand what is accountability? Now, that would be something I would discuss at the end of the reading after I finish answering the questions. If you guys are wrong, well, you will benefit from it. If not, figure out for yourself what accountability means. All right? So some of you definitely need to take some time out and do some healing. Yeah. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo or you could have it in your chart. But the strength and the courage that you need to push forward and to change within yourself, you're finding it difficult. You know there is something wrong in the situation with you and relationships, but you can't quite figure it out. You can't figure out why relationships become so difficult for you since you want one so badly. So the issue is probably with you. A lot of us believe nothing is wrong with us. We are all broken in some way, somehow, somewhere along our journey to become adults, to become young adults. Something happens that throws us for a loop. So when you keep blaming somebody else, yeah, when you keep blaming somebody else instead of taking accountability for your own actions, it always looks like you're blaming somebody else. Now, when we make decisions, who influence those decisions? Somebody could give you their recommendation, but you are the person that is definitely going to know what you're deciding to take action towards or do, right? Yet still, we sit and we say, that person did this to me. Well, here's the bombshell. You allowed it to happen because they couldn't do something to you until you allowed them to do that. Perception. You are not the victim here. You made a choice, and that choice may not have been a good choice. And now there is something else that I say to my kids. You're free to make your own choices, but you're not free from the consequences of those choices. My kids are teenagers, and I have one little one that is 10. And I tell all my children the same thing. You are free to make your own choice, but you are not free from the consequence of that choice. And until we take accountability and really start to live that saying, we're going to be spinning around in circles over and over and over again. So 90% of the time when we get into relationships, we tend to say the honeymoon phase will always be the honeymoon phase. That is why it's called the honeymoon phase. 6 months into the relationship, this person starts to show you who they are. I'm hoping that will help, because I don't only do tarot, and I know when I got into tarot, yes, it was tarot alone I was doing, but then I realized it's so easy for us to have relationships and to love ourselves that I decided to help for those who want help to fix themselves, to welcome that type of relationship in. But it's not always about the other person. Sometimes it is about us. 90% of the time, it is us. How we respond to things, do we take accountability for our actions? It's all up to us. So, like I said before, the right person could never get it wrong, but the wrong person could never get it right. Yeah. So, some of you are in this wonderful thing called a third party situation, right? Now, being in a third party situation, whether you are the person in the relationship going outside or if it's you are the outside person, let me tell you something about that. You don't value yourself enough to understand that you're a choice, not an option. Right? Many a times we think, well, we'll settle for this until better comes. I've heard someone actually said that. And I wonder to myself, while you're settling for this until something better comes, aren't you blocking the better thing that is coming, supposed to be coming towards you? You have a choice that you have to make, or that you will make very soon. It will be a choice that will be very hard for some of you. Because for those of you that are in third party situations, honey, let me tell you something. Some of you are going to decide to end it. At least for those of you that are on my live every night, you're going to realize your value. And a lot of people say that everything is about money. My self love course was designed to help people love themselves and ask themselves the right questions moving forward. I don't play the blame game in my program. You acknowledge the problem, you deal with the problem, and you move on from the problem. So, a lot of us, if we choose to keep feeling sorry for ourselves, that is what is going to happen. Or we could choose to be the driving force that makes the decision in our life to give us what it is we want. So hopefully throughout the next couple weeks or months, some of you will finally understand what I'm saying and start to take proactive measures in all your own life to make changes. Because I'm a tarot reader, I come across a lot of different situations, and all stems from you wanting somebody to validate you. Someone else could never put a price on you. And that is the power we give to people. When they put a price on us, that means that is their value of us. When do we get to put a price on ourselves? Yeah. So you're going to make a very hard choice for those of you that are in a third party situation or know that you're a part of a third party situation. And once you separate yourself from that third party energy and get yourself to a newer version of you, surprisingly, a relationship is going to come in for you. Hi, honey. Right? It is going to happen surprisingly. So when you decide that the person you're connecting to doesn't see you as a choice, you're going to decide to end this. And when you end this, the relationship that is meant for you will come in for you. Yeah. Wow. Stability, long term commitment, love, a solid relationship. The energies tonight is trying to show you guys that once you fully and truly love yourself, and to have a new beginning where you get love, money, a solid relationship, for me, that's a goal. That's a goal that I would drop this third party so quickly for, their heads will spin. You will finally get what it is you want, what it is you're wishing for, what it is you're hoping for, what it is you want, which is fulfillment. Okay, so for those of you that are in this third party situation, I'm going to show you how direct my messages come. This is the third party situation. This is the person you're fighting for. Somebody, husband or wife. I'm not here to judge anyone, by the way, but I'm telling you what it is you're fighting for. You're fighting for somebody else's happily ever after. How can that be your happily ever after? We accept poor behaviors from people all the time. And then we wonder to ourselves, why are things happening to us? Right? Somebody's husband or somebody's wife, until they separate, they're choosing that person. They're choosing to go home to that person every day. They are choosing that person over you. As much as those wonderful, pretty words that they love to say, I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave, things are difficult, it's complicated. No, it's not. You love playing a game. You love making two women or two men make themselves a fool. But you have no real logic to what you're doing. It's just a game. So that person goes home to their wife or their husband every night, lies to them and lies to you. Why are you staying there? Aren't you worth more than that? And if you are playing a game until better comes along, you might be in that game for a while. You might be there for some time, honeys. Oh my God, I love tarot. Hear what I telling you. It have no greater job in the world than my job. Because I do love my job. You're waiting for this person to get a divorce. You're waiting for this person to leave where they are. Right? You're waiting for this person to end off things with their significant other because they said they would. Hmm. They also told you you have to have patience. Things are moving slowly, right? Just give it some time. Hang on for a little bit. I can't leave right now. Seriously? You guys buy this? I'm not here to judge anyone, but this is hilarious. Right? This is totally hilarious. If somebody is making you this promise of stability, but they had to take their time, here what you need to do. Go about living your life, and when this person gets their life in order, right, they'll come find you. How about that? Then you running around with this person treating you like an option. You have to keep looking over your shoulder every single time you and this person goes out, if you go out, or if it's just a booty call, or they will arrive at your house, but you can't go to their house because it's obvious they're married. If you need to have patience with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, if you're waiting because you need to have patience with this person, my advice to you is take your patience with your beautiful self or your handsome self and start to take you out. Thank you. Right? And when this person that you're in this connection with, if they're serious, right, they're going to come find you. But mind you see, once somebody playing a game like this, they have their cake and they eat it too. So let's test a theory for the people that know they are in this situation. I'm challenging you guys to something. Walk away from this person. Even when they beg, say no and keep walking. Keep living the best version of your life that you can. And see how quickly this person is going to replace you with somebody else. Somebody else that is willing to play the game with them. A lot of you are not never going to tell me what is the outcome of that. But I am telling you, for the people that the person is saying have patience, this patience is really be a fool for me as long as I want you to. It's amazing, isn't it? That you waiting for this person. Ooh, yeah. You waiting for this person to commit to you, for you to have a new beginning in love. Ah, 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 ah. But they don't love you that much to commit to you. They don't think you're a choice. They see you as an option. So this is what you want with them. Look at it. Wow. I want Ella to see it. This is higher levels of commitment with a new beginning in love. This is what you're waiting on, right? This is what, yeah. This is what this person is promising you, right? Right? This is what it is your hopes and dreams are, right? Mm-hmm. This is what this person is doing to you. This person is a karmic lesson that you're definitely going to have to learn. And honey, I have been there. Not with a married person. I was the married person, but my person was doing stuff outside with somebody else. So I was the person on the inside that they were coming home to every night. Right? And let me tell you something. The best thing I ever did in my life was walk away from that person and that relationship. Now, the person they are with now thinks that they are a blessing, thinks that they want it, right? They're in for a rude awakening, but I wasn't going to tell anybody that. So this, what I'm telling you guys, is that if I didn't leave this person, he would have never left me for the person on the outside. Because he would have keep playing that game. But I was the one that left. Because I know, yeah, that is true. Right? I know my words. And I was not the weaker of the two women. Like I said last night, a man will go to the woman he can manipulate that is weaker of the two. And believe me, some of you might doubt that. You all might say, is the person he loves none of you. So don't sell yourself that dream. He loves none of you. He doesn't even love himself. So when you believe that you won because he loves you, he doesn't love you. You're the weaker of the two. He chose you because you were the one that was standing up with him when you help his shit fall apart. Well, love, if you're present for this message, one thing that I tell everyone that comes into contact with me is that when I get message, it's never random. It's for someone out there. All right? In these generalized messages, it is a message for someone. You want to get it personal, up close and personal, you have to get a personal reading, honey. A lot of you sit here and say that I only think about the money. A lot of people that have gotten readings from me know that I help you beyond the reading. All right? I give you sound advice as to how to fix things in your situation or change things in your situation. This is my full-time job and I love my job. You understand? I do this 7 days a week, 365 days for the year. For a lot of you that have been viewing me for a couple of months, you know very well that this is my full-time job. So I have no choice but to charge for my readings. because I have 4 kids. All right. And I don't sit here and play pity party. I work for what I want. All right. So, my advice to those of you that are in this situation, get out of this situation, because someone that truly does love you wants to come in for you. Stop believing this lie, because this is a lie. You are living a lie. All right. And I don't come on here. A lot of people can't take me because I'm very direct and straightforward. A lot of people appreciate me because I'm direct and straightforward. But a lot of you that refuse to hear what I'm saying, you bash me. And that is okay. Because sometimes it takes a minute for someone to understand what I'm saying. I don't come on here and target anyone. I judge no one. But what I can do is give you advice to help you become a better version of you. Right? You'd have to email me for that, honey. So notice, for those of you that this situation resonates for, my heart go out for you. Although I've never lined up to be someone's option, I actually became someone's option. And I can't even think of lining up to be someone's option. I love me too much. And I know for every decision I make, there is a consequence to it. All right? So, my friend who I haven't seen in months, what is your question, love? It is good seeing you again. I wasn't doing lives for a moment, probably for about a month. I took some time off, some me time. I was still putting up readings, but I wasn't doing lives. Because when I have to do these lives, it does take a lot out of me dealing with so many different energies. So, what is your question, sweetie? Can I even answer this? Yobi, are you still here? I don't think I saw your question. Yobi, are you still on? I'm not seeing your question, love. If you put it up, put it up again, please. Yeah, go ahead. While I'm waiting for Yobi to put up her question, I'll answer yours. What is your question? Okay, love. I will gladly help you. Right? But my advice right now to you is to book a personal reading. All right? Where I could have one-on-one time with you. Do not come on social media and air your business out there. I'm more of a personal type of coach, a one-on-one type of coach. Right? Your issues are yours. I don't believe in letting everybody know your issues. I don't use my clients as examples, and I don't use your situations as examples until I ask you to. All right? So book a reading, get in a scenario where you and I can speak to each other, right? and I will gladly give you any advice I can concerning your situation. Once I check in with your energies, see what is happening for you, right? I will definitely 100% help you as much as I can. But I have to get into a reading with you before I can give you advice. Okay, honey, what's your question? I don't come on here and just tell you what is your problem. I also give you a solution to it. Because a lot of times I've seen people get readings and then they don't know how to fix their situation. And for me personally, the honest person you could fix in any situation is yourself. That is the reason why I spend time on my self love course. I take the time out to coach people one on one, right? Because I believe that any change you have to go through starts with you. It all starts with you. Everyone else in your environment will definitely respond to you. All right. For those that have actually gotten readings from me, you guys know for a fact what I'm saying. It is the truth. I try to offer solutions, mindset change, my self love course, because I do believe in my course, to try to help you become a better version of you. All right. Yes, Yobi. What is your question, love? I ain't see no question for you. Did you even want to ask a question, Yobi? I can only give you advice when I read your energy. Anyone that knows me knows that. All right, let's see. Will your ex girlfriend ever come back? I guess you won't hear from the beginning of this live, right? But let's ask. If someone desired to leave you, why should they come back? You can't see the updated what? I try my best. The best I could do is give my children guidance. I can't force them to do anything they don't want to do. That is the reason why I say, well, love, you should get a reading. I'll give you advice one on one in that reading. All right. So, did you put up the question, love? I'm not seeing the question. I see that you just say your updated chat. So put up the question now, because I don't think anybody else wants questions tonight, or do you guys? Hi, good night. Yeah. I love you too, sweetie. Yeah. So, yeah. I hope that my children does think they are blessed because I do really deal with them seriously in the sense that, like I said, I tell them they are free to choose, but they are not free from the consequences of their choice. So they all know that with me. Yeah. And when people understand that, a lot will change for them in their life. Because we make poor decisions and then we want somebody else to feel sorry for us. That pity party annoys the crap out of me. I wasn't there when you made your decision. Now you have to stand the consequences of your actions. Because when I made my decisions, I had to stand the consequences of my own actions. The advice to what, sweetheart? You put your business up on a live for me to advise you on a live. You just didn't understand what I told you. Get a personal reading and then I will advise you accordingly. I don't advise people on what they say. I advise people based on their energy. So you could sit there and tell me what is your version of the story. Unless these don't tell me the actual version of the story, I'm not giving you any advice. So you could put up your whole life story. It's not going to change what I just said. I wonder if some of you know that lives are international. Wow. Okay. I'm not sure why either, because all the other of your chat is up here. Are you seeing the questions, Yubi? Try it again. Hi, good night. Yubi, what is wrong with this question tonight? Ah, I saw it, I saw it, I saw it. Is he worth the effort, Yubi? You tell me. It finally got posted, Yubi. Yay! It's $5 a question, sweetie. Up to the top is the cash app. Why would you say probably not, Yobi? Yobi, what do you know and you just want confirmation for? All right. You're trying to break free from a cycle, Yobi. No, you just didn't say that. You just didn't say that. Is this person a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sag? Because a player energy coming off here. And you will regret that decision if you make it. Right? because it will definitely turn into some type of third party, Yobi. Yobi, are you going to be in the third party or are they the third party? I guess we'll have to discuss that one on one whenever you contact me again. Oh, okay. Yeah, because you seem to still be in the past on some type of regret. Because it's a game, this person is in and out, this person is very flaky. It's pretty much all about sex. But there is some type of third party energy here. So either you're connecting to somebody else or he is. So the decision is yours. And since you already knew that um, he wasn't right for you, why did you doubt yourself? Why did you doubt yourself, love? Yes, I am. And I appreciate you for saying that. Okay, I would actually, thank you. All right. A life part reading. That's interesting. I haven't seen that one in a while. You'd have to book a reading for that, honey. You can't get that on a live. There are too many energies on a live for me to do a full reading as regards to decisions that you need to make or advice that I need to give to you. But for some reason, you guys are not understanding that. Thank you, Yobi. I appreciate you. You're a darling. I had two horrible nights of having to tell people off. So it's very, very refreshing that you're here. And I do appreciate you. All right. So, so don't you think it's better to get the truth and start to fix you, or avoid the truth and prolong what is meant for you? Yes, I don't play. Because I have, okay, I'm going to tell you all a story. When I first started to do tarot reading, I encountered a young lady and I was afraid to tell her the truth about her situation. In the sense that I felt like she couldn't take it because she was really depressed and anxious, right? And when she found out the truth, I kind of like just guided her as to what to expect rather than just coming out straight and telling her the truth. And that young lady ended up in a mental asylum when she did find out the whole truth, right? So I felt like I should not have told her the whole truth. And right now, she's still an inpatient in that asylum. So I changed after that. And I became the truth seeker that I am today. And I always tell people, I'm not for everyone. If you do not want to hear the truth, do not come to me. But know that I will not lie to make you feel comfortable. So that is the reason why I stick to my truth. And that one incident in my career changed my whole life. It changed how I did my readings. It changed how I communicated with people. And when I started my self love course, okay, yeah, when I started my self love course to help people out, I did it with her in mind. Because if I had helped her along back then, she may not have been where she is now. I stick to my self love course and I preach every single day. UOB has been here a while. She knows what I'm saying. And I've never told that story to anyone. I've never told that story to anyone. But that is what it has changed me to who I am now. And the direct approach that I take to people. All right, so let's see. Okay, let's see how he feels about you. Oh, like he didn't want to give him a chance. So. Yes, I do smile. I actually have a lot of fun on my lives. But I don't like when people come at me and try not to understand what I'm saying. I don't like to um, help people make life changing decisions on a live where everybody could hear because I'm not into, I know a lot of people wouldn't like the answer, or the answer that I have to give may not be appropriate to do it on a live. So that's why I encourage people to get readings. I will go all out to help everyone, but I don't like to, because my I'm very direct and straightforward. I wouldn't like to answer some of you on my live to really make you all feel belittled or in any way, anything like that. All right, so let's see. Is it a good idea? You tell me, is it a good idea? And I'll show you the cards after. You're here because you're up at night trying to figure out if this person is your person, right? But you also have a wall up, a wall that you put up as a resistance because you are afraid that this person hasn't changed, right? And to me, as regards to that question, I don't see you wanting that type of connection with this person. You don't see them as your stability. You don't see them as someone that you could have that type of relationship with because they never apologize for something. You are waiting for them to apologize for something they may have done in the past, or to actually give you a love offer that you really wanted. But it's like, okay, what I feel is that you and this person may have been connected before and it didn't work out. And you waited for them to come with the love offer. And now that they're here, it's like you don't want it anymore. So I guess you already know the answer to this situation. And to get more detail and in depth, like I said, I would definitely like to dive into your situation with you and give you the best advice I can. Right? Like Yobi said, I'm very direct, I'm very straightforward, but I am sympathetic to a lot of people's causes. All right? I may come across as really blunt because I really don't take BS from people, right? Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, so I do come across as very direct and straightforward, but I am very compassionate. But what I've learned in doing this, and I've been doing this for 4 years, that if you're too nice, people will definitely steamroller you. So I had to set some boundaries and stick to them and make sure I keep sticking to them. Because in the earlies, a lot of people did knock the wind out of me. So the person that you meet now has gone through a lot of changes and transformation over the years. But though I am direct, I am compassionate. And like Yobi could tell you, I am good at what I do. And if I have a message that I need to put across, I'm putting it across. I don't care who's angry with me, who doesn't like me, who thinks it's all about money. Because at the end of the day, when I help you guys with your situations and help you make the right decision that is for you, I feel accomplished. Because, like I said, this is my full time job. I don't do anything else but tarot reading and coaching. Right now, I want to take it to a wider scale, right? Where I could do public speaking. But I'm not there just yet, but I want to get there. But no, even when I'm doing public speaking as an engagement, I'm also going to tell people, set people straight. Because, like I said, if I did set that young lady straight 4 years ago, when the truth came out, the way that it came out, she may not have been affected as badly as she was. I do 2 lives, YouTube and TikTok. On YouTube, I have people paying $5 a question. I'm answering their questions. For those of you that aren't here, you guys should get a reading. And stop putting all your business up on forums like that with people's names. You don't know who is in this, who is on this live. You don't know who could be seeing this. Anyway, to each its own. All right. So, anybody else have any more questions? For those of you that want to book readings, to I pinned the comment for the cash up here, but the email address is also up here to the top of the chat. So, for those of you that are interested in booking the personal readings, hit me up at that email address. For those of you here as well, hit me up. Underneath my profile, there is a little red envelope that says email. You can find the email there and send me an email. All right. I try to set the reading for the same day that the payment is made, but it depends on how many bookings I have in a day. It could be the next day. But I really do try to work as late as possible to make sure everybody gets dealt with within the same day, within the 24-hour period. All right. So I guess that is it for tonight. And for those of you that will see this on repeat, I will be here again tomorrow night at 8. All right. So you have a good one. I wish you guys the best. And everything will work out how it is supposed to. Oh no, I was supposed to explain what accountability is. I'm so sorry. Okay. So for those of you that are on my TikTok, once you go on my profile, there is a little tab that says YouTube. It will take you straight to the YouTube channel. Yes, accountability. Accountability is when you take responsibility for your decision, and you could also hold someone else accountable for their actions. Where it is that you let them know. Okay, so the scenario that I'm going to use is um okay, I can't figure out a scenario right now. But accountability is when you take responsibility for your own decisions, your own actions, the things that you know you made the decision for. Do not pass it off on someone else. We are all human beings. Yes, we do make mistakes. Yes, we do make bad decisions. Yes, we do some messed up things. We are all human, right? But accountability is when you could know that you made a mistake and try to take action to be responsible or to accept the consequences of those actions that were taken. All right. So you guys had a full hour to think about what accountability was. Nobody answered that question. Wow. Probably because a lot of you don't like taking accountability for your actions. Yes, it is. It is easier for people to play the blame game. I don't like pity parties, and I don't like the blame game. Yeah. I don't point fingers at anyone. And even though I find out something about a person, I always try to look for the lesson in it. So oftentimes I tell people I don't do small talk and I don't do drama. A lot of people don't believe me when I say that. But let me explain why I don't be part of those things, right? I look at everything objectively, especially when I'm dealing with clients. And if it's personal or emotional, right? I also look at it objectively. I can't know that until hold on. Yeah, it keeps saying yours was failed, Obi. It didn't come true. It kept saying yours was failed. So you could check it because all the others came true. So I don't know what's wrong with your Cash App. All right, I'll check it as soon as I get off the lives and see what we could do to fix it. Okay, hon? All right. Yeah. So accountability. When we stop blaming people and taking accountability for our own actions and parts we play in our own life and the tragedies that we face because of our decisions, you're going to realize how different your life becomes. I never played the blame game, so that was not an issue I had to deal with. But doing tarot reading, I do see the blame game being played quite a bit. So, the next time you guys are looking to point fingers at people, think of this silly little tarot reader that said you should take accountability for your own actions. And always remember, with the right person, it could never be wrong. It's not difficult. It's not a test. And it's definitely not rocket science. All right. So that is it for me for tonight. You'll be, if it's anything, we'll rectify that tomorrow or whenever. But I will check to see what is happening with as regards to yours. Okay. All right. So that is it for you guys. For those of you that, like I said, want personal readings, send me an email. We'll set up the time and date. I will say it again. I will try to do it within the time period of you paying for it in the same day. If that is impossible, if that is impossible, I will reschedule you first thing the next day. All right. So that is it for me for tonight. I appreciate your guys' time, your attention, and your support. And I would see you again tomorrow. All right. Have a good night, people.